Om Sang Saraswati Namaha. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Let's begin our discussion tonight on page 68 with the Sthiri Karana, the cause of establishment of stillness. So we're going to take our pot and make it still. Om Sarva Tirtha Mayang Bari Sarva Deva Samanditam Imangatang Samagacha Tishta Deva Ganesaka. And then the Lelihana Mudra. You take the Tattva Mudra and fold your fingers over the first three fingers and leave the baby finger sticking out, and you point it straight at your deity or your pot or your fire, and you say, Stang, Sting, Stiro, Baba, Pidwanga, Ashur, Baba, Bajirban, Prithur, Baba, Shushada, Swamagne, Puri, Shabahna. And take a flower and bring it up to your deity and bring it to your heart and say, Om Ang Nang Ring Rong Yang Rang Long Wang Sang Shang Sang Om Ang Sa Om Ang Adamate Rudratmakaya Kumpat Swaha Prana Prana. And blow that prana right into your pot or your fire or your deity or whatever divine object you want to energize. Om Ang Yang Ring Rong Yang Rang Long Wang Sang Shang Shang Om Ang Sa Om Ang Adamate Rudratmakaya Kumpat Swaha Jiva Ihastita. Om Ang Yang Ring Rong Yang Rang Long Wang Sang Shang Sang Om Ang Sa Om Ang Adamate Rudratmakaya Kumpat Swaha Sarvendriyani. Om Ang Yang Ring Rong Yang Rang Long Wang Shang Shang Sang Om Ang Sa Om Ang Adamate Rudratmakaya Kumpat Swaha Bhagmanas Twakshakshra Srotragana Prana Iyagatyang Sukang Chirang Tishtantu Swaha. Om Ang Adamate Rudratmakaya Kumpat Swaha. Now let's recite some of the meditations of Hanuman. Anjani Garba Sambhuto Kapindra Sachivotamam Rama Priya Namastubhyam Hanuman Raksha Sarvada Markatesha Mahotsaha Sarva Sokam Vinasana Shatrung Sangaramang Raksha Priyang Dayakame Prabho Apadamapi Hartarang Datarang Sarvasam Pradam Lokabi Ramang Bisri Ramang Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamam Yaham Tapta Chami Karamibam Bishmang Sambikitanjaling Chalat Kundala Deeptasyang Padmakshang Maruting Smarit Ulangya Sindo Salilang Salilang Yashoka Pakindang Janakatma Jaya Adatha Te Neva Dadaha Lanka Namami Tam Pranjali Anjaneyam Yani Kani Chapapani Janmantara Kritari Cha Tani Tani Vinasyanti Pradakshinam Pade Pade. So let's go back to page 68 and discuss for a few moments what this stillness is that we're establishing within the deity, within the pot, within the fire, and within the worshiper. There's a yoga, there's a union going on here. Sarva Tirtha Mayambari, all the places of pilgrimage, all the tirthas, as well as all the gods, are all placed within this container. This container is a container of divinity. It's a container of inspiration. It's a container of devotion. It's a container of consciousness. O multitude of gods, be established within Stang, Sting, Stiro, Baba. We salute you. and establish you within all this divinity. Be still in the gross body, be still in the subtle body, be still in the causal body. And now Leli Hanamudra, be still in the gross body, be still in the subtle body, be still in the causal body. Quickly taking in this energy and shining forth as the holder of wealth. O divine fire, becoming abundant, destroy the current of rubbish from the face of this earth. And we all know what that means. Everything that's inappropriate is rubbish. All that is not necessary to the accomplishment of our goal. And now we're going to establish life, and we use the Bij mantras, the Akshar mantras, which stand for Om, the infinite beyond conception. Om is the first letter, A is the creation, it's the first letter of the alphabet. A is the Bij mantra of consciousness. Hring is the Bija of Maya. Krung is the cause of the movement of the subtle body to perfection and beyond. Ka, Ra, Om. We have that Bij mantra in our discussion of the Guru Gita. Ka is the cause, Ra is the subtle body, Om is the infinite beyond conception. Yang, the path of fulfillment, control, Rang, the subtle illumination, Lang, one with the earth. That's Indra's Bija. It's also the Bij mantra, the Muladhara, where Indra resides. Emancipation, Wong. It's Bayu's Bija. It's the Bij of the wind. No one stops the wind. The wind blows wherever he wishes, and no one has authority to make it cease. Wong Shong, the soul of peace. Shang, the soul of delight. That Sham, as in Sham, bliss, peace, delight. The soul of unity. Sam, that all this is I. Hom, Hangsa, perfection, infinite consciousness. This is I. Om Hong Hanumate. Hong is the highest principle. Tu Hanuman Hanumate. Rudratmakaya, the manifestation of the reliever of sufferings, or the Kaya, the manifestation or the embodiment of the Atma, of the soul of Rudra, who takes away the tears, Asrutrayate, the name of Shiva, who takes away all sufferings and sorrows. Hum, cut the ego, Fat, purify, Swaha, I am one with God. You are the life of this life. You are the breath of this breath. You are the life force of all life forces. Ha! I blow that life force, that breath, that Prana Pratishtha. I establish it in this pot. Om, the infinite beyond conception, creation, the first letter, consciousness, Maya, the cause of the movement of the subtle body of perfection and beyond, the path of fulfillment, control, subtle illumination, one with the earth, emancipation, the soul of peace, the soul of delight, the soul of unity. All this is I, perfection, infinite consciousness. This is I, and that's the true me. Om, we bow to the highest principle, to Hanuman, the manifestation of the reliever of sufferings. Cut the ego, purify, I am one with God. You are situated in this life, or in this individual consciousness. Jiva, Iha, Stita. You are situated, you are established, you are stationed, you are residing as the Jiva, as the life, or as the consciousness of the life, the Jivatma. Ihashtita. Om, the infinite beyond conception, creation, the first letter, consciousness, Maya, the cause of the movement of the subtle body to perfection and beyond. The path of fulfillment, control, subtle illumination, one with the earth, emancipation, the soul of peace, the soul of delight, the soul of unity. All this is I. Perfection, infinite consciousness. This is I. It's not me. This is I, and that is what I am, and that is I, Aham Brahmasmi. I am the supreme divinity. Om, we bow to the highest principle, to Hanuman, the manifestation of the reliever of sufferings. Cut the ego, purify, I am one with God. You are all these organs of action and knowledge. We have 5 organs of action: the upper appendages, lower appendages, tongue, reproductive organ, and anus. And we have 5 organs of knowledge: the 5 senses, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. Om, the infinite beyond conception, creation, the first letter, consciousness, Maya, the cause of the movement of the subtle body to perfection and beyond. The path of fulfillment, control, subtle illumination, one with the earth, emancipation, the soul of peace, the soul of delight, the soul of unity. All this is I. Perfection, infinite consciousness, this is I. Om, we bow to the highest principle, to Hanuman, the manifestation of the reliever of sufferings. Cut the ego, purify, I am one with God. You are all these vibrations, my mind, sound, eyes, ears, tongue, nose, and life forth. Bring forth infinite peace and establish it forever. Please bring forth infinite peace and establish it forever. I am one with God. And now let's make japa of the Mool mantra of this puja. Om, we bow to the highest principle, to Hanuman, the manifestation of the reliever of sufferings. Cut the ego, purify, I am one with God. And after our japa, let's celebrate Hanuman, who was born from the womb of the Shining One, Anjani. And therefore his name is Anjaneya. The Lord of the monkeys and the greatest friend. We bow down with devotion to the beloved of Ram. May Hanuman always protect. Lord of the monkeys of great courage, you destroy all sorrow and grief. O Lord, please protect us by destroying all enmity. And notice that he doesn't say, please protect us by destroying all enemies. He says, destroy the enmity, not the enemies. Because we're not seeking the death of our opponents. We're seeking the demise of all conflict, of all struggle, of all confusion. You are the remover of all misfortune and the giver of all fortune. We bow down with abundant devotion to that respected Sri Ram, Ram of all the worlds. We make ourselves pure through terrible austerities, performed as a beggar with outstretched hands. Moving the impure to be separated from the light, we remember the lotus feet of the son of the wind. So now we're discriminating, we're separating the impure from the light. We're taking all the impurities out of the light, and we use wisdom to adjudicate, to discriminate what is impure and what doesn't belong in the light. Leaping over the surging sea, bearing victory to the people over sorrow and grief. Taking over Lanka and then giving it back, we bow down with devotion to the foremost son of the Shining One. Whenever, wherever sin is born in the actions of existence, then and there, in order to destroy its effect, we place our feet one in front of the other to circumambulate the deity with respect. In any circumstance where there's any hesitation of a doubt, the slightest particle of doubt exists, let's circumambulate the deity to remove all of those doubts and give that deity our respect and destroy the negative effects, all of negativities. Let's begin our celebration of Shiva. Om Sadashivaya Vidmahe Sahasrakshaya Dhimahe Tanno Shambho Prachodayad. Om Sadyo Jatam Prapadyami Sadyo Jataya Be Namo Namaha Babe Babe Nati Babe Babasmamon Bobo Babaya Namaha Vamadevaya Namo Jreshtaya Namaha Sreshtaya Namo Rudraya Namaha Kalaya Nama Kalapikaranaya Namo Balapikaranaya Namo Balaya Namo Balapramatanaya Namaha Sarvabhuta Damanaya Namo Monomanaya Namaha Agorevyo Agorage Ratarevyaha Sarvevyaha Sarvasarvevyo Namaste Astu Rudrupevya Om Tat Purishaya Vidamahe Mahadevaya Dhimahe Tano Rudra Prachodayad Isanaka Sarvavidyanam Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Brahmadipatir Brahmanodipatir Brahma Shivo Meyastu Sadasivo Malikadi Sugandini Malityadini Pe Prabho Mayaritani Pujartam Pushpani Pratigriyatam Om Namah Shivaya Pushpam Samarpayami. And offer a piece of incense. Banaspatir Thopanau Kanyatayi Gandak Uttama Agreya Sarvadevanam Dupoayam Pratigriyatam Esha Dupa Om Namah Shivaya. And now we'll recite a very lovely Ashtakam, 8 verses in praise of Rudra, or Shiva as Rudra. And this can be recited as a song. It's very beautiful as a song, or it can be chanted as a chant. We'll chant it tonight. Namami Shamishana Nirbana Rupam Bibum Vyapakam Brahma Veda Swarupam Nijang Nir Gunang Nir Bikalpang Nirihang Chidakasha Makasha Basang Bajekam Nirakara Monkara Mulang Turiyang Kirakyana Kotita Misang Girishang Karalam Mahakala Kalang Kripalang Gunakara Sangsara Parangatoahang Tusharadri Sankasha Goranga Birang Manabhuta Koti Prabhasri Sarirang Sulamboli Kalolini Charuganga Lasadbala Balindu Kante Bujanga Chalakundalang Brusunetrang Disalang Prasananang Nilakantang Doyalang Mrigadisha Chamambaram Mundamalang Priyam Sankaram Sarvanatha Bhajami Prachandang Prakrishtang Pragalbang Paresang Akandang Ajambanu Koti Prakasang Trayasula Nimula Nangsula Paning Bhajekam Bhavani Patibhavagamyam Kalati Takalyana Kapantakari Sada Sajjanananda Data Purari Chidananda Sando Amohapakari Prasida Prasida Prabhuman Matari Nayavadu Manata Padara Bindang Bhajanti Aloke Paribanaranang Nathavatsukan Santi Santapanasang Prasida Prabhu Sarvabhuta Divasam Najanami Yogam Japane Bapujang Natoang Sada Sarvada Shambhu Tubhyam Chara Janma Dukho Katap Tapyamanam Prabhu Pagiyapanamamisha Shambho Rudrastakamidam Proktam Viprena Karatoshake Epatanti Narabhatya Teshang Shambhu Prasidati Om Mahadeva Mahaprana Mahayogi Makeshwara Sarva Papa Haram Deva Makaraya Namo Namah Om Namah Shivaya Santaya Karanatraya Ketabe Nivedayami Chatmanam Twangati Parameshwara. Let's go back to page 74 and we'll begin to translate with Shiva's Gayatri. Om, we meditate upon the perfect, full, complete, always continuing consciousness of infinite goodness. Contemplate He whose 1,000 eyes see everywhere. May that giver of bliss grant us increase. Om, I extol the birth of truth as pure existence. Again and again I bow down to the birth of truth as pure existence, in being after being, beyond all being, who himself is all being, from whom came all being. To that existence I bow. I bow to the beautiful God who is beloved. I bow to the pleasant one, to the ultimate one. I bow to the reliever of sufferings. I bow to time. I bow to the cause of the illumination of darkness. I bow to the source of strength. I bow to the progenitor of strength. I bow to the fashioner of all the elements. I bow to the mind of all minds. And remember what this bowing is all about. With all the energy of my conscious being, I bow to the divinity which represent to me from my heart, and I bow to you with every action I perform with respect. I bow to you with my attentiveness. I bow to you with my pure intentions. It's not just a hello there. It's not, hey, I bow to you. It's I bow to you. I bow to He who is free from fear, who instills the fear of evil, who saves the righteous from fear, who is within all, the all of everything. May we give our respect to He who is the form of the reliever of sufferings. We meditate upon that universal consciousness, contemplate the great God. May that reliever of sufferings grant us increase. Here's another Gayatri for Shiva. The seer of all, who is all knowledge, the Lord of the universe, who is all existence, before the creative consciousness, before the knowers of creative consciousness, existing in eternal delight as the consciousness of infinite goodness. Now, various flowers such as Malika and others of excellent scent are being offered to you, our Lord. All these flowers have come from the devotion of our hearts for your worship. Be pleased to accept them with the offering of flowers. Om, I bow to the consciousness of infinite goodness. Om, spirit of the forest, from you is produced the most excellent of scents, the scent most pleasing to all the gods. That scent we request you to accept with the offering of fragrant scent. Om, I bow to the consciousness of infinite goodness. So with these two mantras we are offering flowers and incense. And now let's sing these 8 verses in praise of Shiva. There's another song called the Shivastakam. This is the Rudrashtakam. In the Rig Veda, Rudra is the name of Shiva. Also in the Yajurveda. We bow down with devotion to the Lord of Lords, the form of infinite realization, the all-pervading creative consciousness which creates the individual phenomena of existence, the intrinsic nature of wisdom. That reality is without attributes, beyond conception, not admitting of distinction. We laud the consciousness as vast as space, which wears the infinity of space as a garment. He's Digambar. He's dressed in all the directions. He's completely, you can't limit him. We bow down with devotion to He who is without any particular form, the root of Om, beyond empirical, conceptual, and intuitive experience. That is, he pervades the three worlds, the gross body, the subtle body, and the causal body, and beyond speech, wisdom, or knowledge of the senses, Lord of the mountains, terrible, the great time, all-time, giver of grace, the repository of all qualities, and beyond the world of objects and relationships. This sansar is only a portion of him. In fact, in the Purusha Shukta, it says 1/4 of him is made manifest in the entirety of all manifested existence, and 3/4 of him is unknowable in the infinity of unmanifest consciousness. Who is white like the snow-clad mountains. And the reason he's white is because he smears a bhashma. He takes a bhashma snan every day. He rubs his body with ashes. Serious. Mom keeps telling me I have to become serious. One day I'll try. Whose body shines with the beautiful light of 10 million gods of love. So if you have the God of love who is so radiant, if you took 10 million of him, it just goes to show you how much Shiva shines. Upon his head, the beautiful river Ganga is flowing. On his forehead, the second day's digit of the moon resides, and showing a necklace made of a snake around his neck. So the snake, of course, is Kundalini Shakti, and he wears Kundalini as an ornament. The rings in his ears are moving to and fro. He has beautiful eyebrows and large, wide eyes. He has a pleased expression on his face, a blue throat, and is the essence of compassion. He wears apparel of a lion's skin and displays a garland of skulls. I was just recently presented with a garland of skulls, but I didn't wear it to class tonight. He is the beloved of all and the Lord of all. We bow down with devotion to the cause of peace. He is terrible, the ultimate, radiating light, the supreme Lord, not admitting divisions. He doesn't allow any distinction or division. He is total unity. Without birth, shining like 10 million suns. He removes the three kinds of difficulties, myself and others and universal, or the gross body, the subtle body, and the causal body, all the threes. He holds a trident in his hand, and we bow down with devotion to he who is always in bhava of ecstatic love, the Lord of the Divine Mother. He is beyond limitations, the intrinsic nature of welfare, who brings each age of time to its culmination, who always gives the bliss of infinite consciousness to true beings. He dwells in the city of 9 gates, 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the city of 9 gates, and this is the residence of Shiva. He dwells in the city of 9 gates. He gives the bliss of consciousness, cuts asunder the bonds of ignorance. O Lord, be pleased, you who put the mind into equilibrium. So long as devotees do not praise the Lord of Uma, meaning Shiva, there will be no happiness, nor peace, nor purifying austerities in the world. O Lord, who resides within every being of existence, be pleased. We don't know what is union, nor how to recite mantras, nor how to perform worship. But oh, you who shine with peace, again and again we are bowing down to you. Please save us from the pains of birth. O Lord who shines with peace, we are bowing down to you. In this way, the learned ones sing these 8 verses of praise to Rudra, the reliever of sufferings. Whatever human being, male, female, or otherwise, will sing these verses with devotion, the Lord who shines with peace will be pleased. Om, the great God, the great reliever, the great yogi, O Supreme Lord, O God who removes all sin, in the form of the letter Mo. A, U, Mo. A is Srishti. U is Sthiti. Mo is Loy. A is creation. U is preservation. Mo is transformation or destruction, which dissolves creation. We bow to you again and again. Om, I bow to the consciousness of infinite goodness, to peace, to the cause of the 3 worlds. I offer to you the fullness of my soul, O Supreme Lord. Let's stop here and see if there are any questions.
There's a question from Papia Roy from Wayne, Pennsylvania.
Namaste, Papia. Keminacho. Sabalo ache, amiashakochi.
My question is regarding the mantra for the asana. Should we hold our back should we hold our back straight throughout the puja? In that case, we will have to memorize the entire puja instead of looking at the book.
Papia, I recommend that you get a book stand. And not a lower book stand, but a higher book stand. Now you see, I read at a table, but what I like the best is a music stand. These are very, very comfortable to use. And if you set up your book on a music stand, let me move back so there's enough room to set it up. Well, we'll do the best we can. Now you can't see it. Let's see if you can see it here. Now, if you use a book stand like this, and if need be, you can hold it off to the side and keep your book so that you are doing both. You are one with he whose back is straight, and you can read the text and you can offer the mantras. And this is an excellent solution to that problem. And it's a wonderful way to force yourself, to train yourself, to teach yourself how to sit straight and sit still. So I highly recommend that you get a short music stand or a book stand of some kind. Now, some of the Indian book stands that you put on the floor and you have to bend down like this, they don't work. They only fulfill one part of the problem, is keeping the book off the floor. Because the book is the representative of Saraswati. But such a stand as this, you can put your book there, you can read the mantras, and still have plenty of space to offer your worship. So I highly recommend. It's an investment of about $5 or a little more maybe these days, I don't know. But I highly recommend that you get this kind of a book stand instead, if anybody likes to take a look. I hope that answered that question.
We have a question from Michael from Colorado.
Namaste, Michael. Namaste, Karen.
Can Swamiji please comment on how the highest principle mentioned in the puja relates to the individual's ideal of perfection?
Yes, the highest principle is that which is beyond manifested existence, Michael. So therefore, if we choose our Dharma and define our Dharma, it's definable. The highest principle is that which we will aspire to when we reach the goal of our manifested purpose. So he's going to take us beyond. For example, when you meditate, you want to bring the Kundalini Shakti from the Muladhara to the Adya Chakra and illuminate the light in your third eye. And then you bring that illumination to the Sahasrara. Now that's the highest point which is definable. Now we bring it higher. That's the origin. That's where the journey begins into infinite consciousness, because this is finite. Even the Sahasrara is finite. So here, this highest ideal of perfection that we can conceive is here in the Sahasrara, and now we bring it higher and higher still until we reach the highest extremities of infinity, where we look down upon that meditating sadhu. In the same way, this highest principle is above and beyond what we are calling dharma, the highest ideal of perfection which we can conceive. This is the inconceivable highest ideal of perfection.
Question from Nanda from San Jose.
Namaste, Nandama.
Sometimes I think it is easier to focus on one text for an extended period of time instead of doing multiple puja to multiple deities. If they are all one, then why do we need to worship several forms? Thank you.
Nandama, there is no necessity for you to worship several forms. You can, all the places of pilgrimage are situated in your guru's big toe. So if you can just focus on the big toe of your guru, you have circumambulated all the places of pilgrimage, all the holy shrines of India. You've been to from the Himalayas, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, just by visiting the toe of your guru's foot. However, if you're not capable of staying there at the toe of the guru's foot, if you cannot focus on one deity, then at least focus on divinity. And focus on the various aspects of divinity. And the reason we choose to focus on the various aspects of divinity is because we harmonize all the different branches and all the different religious experiences of our Dharma. We understand that this form of worship is very little different from that form of worship. And all the forms of worship, just like Ramakrishna used to say, they all go to the same place. Ramakrishna used to tell the story of the pond at his village. And he said the Muslims used to draw water from the pond, and they would call it a pani. And the Hindus used to draw water from the pond, and they would call it jal. And the Christians used to draw water from the pond and their stairs, and they would call it water. And if you're a world traveler, like some of us have become, then you know that the same substance is called by so many different words in so many different languages. And it's all the same stuff. All the people who came to the pond pulled out the same water. And yet they gave it a different name according to their culture and their language. In the same way, by worshiping many forms of divinity, we understand very clearly that there are many paths to the one God. Ekam shad viprabhuta vadanti, and there is one supreme divinity, and he's called by many names. And so this understanding becomes a reality to us. And we get delight in choosing so many different forms of worship. It's so much fun to sing the Sundarkan. It's so much challenging to sing the Chandipat. It's so exciting to worship Hanuman. And each one of these different forms of worship has a flavor all its own. And now we are enriched by the multiplicity of divinity. But if you find any inclination to sit with one form of God, stay there as long as you can. Don't move. Stay there. When it's time to move, that form of divinity will say, okay, Nandama, get up. It's time to move. And then you'll know what's next on your agenda.
Uh,
Yes, please.
Practical question. As you're worshiping every day, as you said yesterday, you come to worship with all thoughts of the world. You have your opening, we'll call it your prayer. Please make me a vehicle, help me to increase my devotion, so on. Now you've started your worship, the mind starts to wander. Go back and forth here and there. Give us some practical guidance and techniques to help keep us focused on our practice.
Whenever you wake up from the reverie, because usually when the mind takes you away, you're not aware that you're gone. Oftentimes you think, oh yes, I'm still in puja. And when you wake up and say, oh, wait, that was a wonderful daydream, then call on the Ishtadeva, call the Mool Mantra, use all of the tools that you have at your disposal to bring your mind back to a point of focus. Hey, Hanuman, my intention is to worship you. Please, please, give me capacity to worship you. Give me focus. Let me pay attention. Hey Shiva, we bow down with devotion to He who is without any particular form, the root of Om. Get into the meter, the meaning, the bhava of the text that you're reciting. Get into the Mool Mantra, or you can use Satyanarayan Bhagavan Ki Jai. Hey, let me be truthful and let me fulfill my sankalpa and let me complete with attentiveness my form of worship. These will be so many techniques, but they're all one. The whole purpose is to grab hold of that wandering mind and bring him back by the scruff of the neck if necessary, but bring him back and say, sit! You will be stung, stiro, baba. You will be still. That's my prayer to you. That's my command to you. That's my entreaty to you. Again and again. Please come back. Mind, don't go out there. Manre, come back here. That's the prayer.
Question from Kumari from Vallejo.
Namaste, Kumari Ma.
Does Lord Hanuman have any relationship with the planets? Thank you.
Yes, he does. But more important is he has a relationship with you and me. He does because he's Maruti and he blows around. He's the son of the wind. He can go everywhere. He's not limited, but we don't generally associate him with a particular planet. Hanuman, he ate the sun. That's a relationship. Huh? He mistook it for a fruit. He saw that red fiery ball up in the sky, thought it was something delicious, and ran up and jumped up and ate it. Plunged the whole world into darkness. That's a relationship. He got into a fight with Shani. He called Garuda and he saved Ram and Lakshman from the Sharpabandhan, the Nagpash, the bonds of snakes. Hanuman has relationships with the planets, but he's not identified with any specific planet particularly.
Question from Nanda.
Yes, Nanda.
Touching on the topic of Sanskrit and its special vibrations, I find that chanting my native language is really meaningful to me. Will it be appropriate to chant my native language text with pranayam, or would you still advocate chanting in Sanskrit more?
I would advocate chanting in Sanskrit more because I don't know your native language. But I know that Agastya Muni brought that language directly from Shiva and gave it to the world as one of the greatest gifts. So I know it's a highly respected language. It's full of bhava. It's got great literature, but it's not the same literature or the same rhythms, the same meters, the same pranayam that we are performing through Sanskrit, we won't find that in Tamil. So then there is a difference. Sanskrit has 4 characteristics. There's a meaning, there's a meter, there's a rhyme, and there's a tone. And all of these combine with all the other appendages of Sanskrit studies. When we've talked about those before, there are 6 subjects of Sanskrit. Vyakaran is grammar, Ucharan, pronunciation. Itihas and Sahitya are one subject, history and literature, because they only study the history by reading the literature. Darshan Shastra is philosophy. Jyotish is astrology. When do you do which puja? And the last is Padoti. Padoti. How do you integrate all of these branches of learning into a cohesive experience so that you get the vibrations that you're seeking? Now, these 4 ingredients, the meaning, the meter, the rhyme, and the tone, all combine with these 6 subjects of Sanskrit to make a cohesive experience so that you imbibe, inculcate the vibrations of the verses. I don't know that that is same in Tamil. Or I don't know that it's the same in any other language. I know that we can discuss things, we can have philosophical discussions, but I know that the meanings of Sanskrit words are different in Sanskrit than they are in Hindi or Bengali. And I presume that they are different in colloquial Tamil as well. So if you reach for the highest definitions of the words, you go way beyond the intellectual meanings into the intuitive experience of what the text is talking about. Dharma in Hindi would be religion. Is it not? What is your dharma? You Hindu Muslim? Dharma, if that is a religion, then that's a much more gross application than dharma in Sanskrit, which is your ideal of perfection. And every individual has their own ideal of perfection. It's not necessarily their religion, it's the highest aspiration, that highest principle to which we aspire. It's much more than the colloquial usage of the terms in modern languages. So, Nandama, when you're at home, you can chant in any language you want, but when you come and chant with us, then please, we'll be chanting in Sanskrit.
Question from Wendy from New Jersey.
Namaste, Wendy Ma. Namaste, Sam.
Namaste, Swamiji. At the mandir, you throw rice into the fire. Can you please tell me the recipe for preparing the rice at home? Also, I am interested to know the significance of the ingredients. Thank you.
Wendy Ma, this is not exactly rice. It's what we call masala. And a masala means a mixture. And it's rice and barley, black sesame seeds, and then milk, honey, and ghee, and a little bit of sugar, seasoned to taste. And my favorite recipe, for me, isn't exactly what I get all the time, but I like at most 2 parts of rice to 1 part of whole barley. And you can put the black sesame seeds in as they are available, because usually we have to go to the Indian store to get them. Whereas the rice we get from the seed stores, landscaping stores, and the rice we often get from Costco. And the other ingredients, don't make it too wet and don't make it too sticky, because otherwise all the pages of your books will stick together. Each of the ingredients has significance. The rice stands for nourishment, and it comes from the earth. The barley is of strength, and the black sesame seeds are an offering to ward off, to extinguish all the negative influences. So we have the strength of purity and nourishment, which wards off all negativity. We have the milk, which is pure consciousness, the ghee, which is illumination, the honey, a drop of honey goes in there, which is nourishment, and sugar is sweetness. So we give the nourishment and sweetness, pure consciousness with illumination. And that is the masala that we're mixing together to offer.
Question from Usha from Canada.
Namaste, Ushama.
Swamiji, can one sound the mantras aloud and just give imaginary flowers, milk, etc.? Or should one always have the real thing?
Absolutely. Take every ingredient from the garden of delight, take it right out of your heart and make the offering. Because if you learn the mantra Ushama, you will find the article will come to you. If you don't learn the mantra, you'll search all day and all night for the articles and won't know what to do with them when you get them. So absolutely, if you're missing any ingredient, just reach into your heart and make that offering anyway. Don't hesitate to make the puja because you don't have the proper materials. It is not about offering things. It is about offering a state of awareness and intention to enhance your relationship with divinity. And as much devotion as you can possibly offer. These are the ingredients. All the rest is bakwash. It's nonsense. Doesn't matter. Just doesn't matter at all. You can do the full puja with no ingredients. The finest puja that you can make is manas puja, where you merely close your eyes, fold your hands, and imagine, visualize the offering of every ingredient. Om Sang Saraswati Namaha. Namaste. Namaste, everybody. Thank you very much. I think we didn't go over time tonight, so we probably, or hopefully, we'll have a complete tape. I spent the day trying to piece together last night's program. So, thank you very much for joining us. Are there other questions?
Yes.
Well, can we carry them forward till tomorrow night? Okay. Oh, not till tomorrow, until Monday. Today is the end of the week. So we'll begin again on Monday. And tomorrow night is Saturday. Mama will sing. And we hope to see you all for the pujas in the morning and for satsang in the evening. Namaste, everybody. Namaste.